Hey everyone, Scott Hansen here from NFL Red Zone, and you're watching the Super Fantasy Bros podcast. 1 hour of commercial-free podcasting starts now. Enjoy the show.
Run it.
Welcome back to the Super Fantasy Bros podcast. 2 weeks in the books, but it is still early in the season, so please remain calm if you have reached 0-2. Better days can be ahead. Don't panic yet.
Season's flying.
Season is flying a little bit, but
Let's chill.
plenty of weeks left of football. But for this episode, our typical week 3 preview, we are going to try and switch it up from the typical going through every single game. We're going to focus more on key matchups and who we are favoring. So today we will do some cap or no cap, break down some of our rankings with starts and sits, and then do our game picks and wrap up with any questions you guys have in the chat and some trivia with Q. So after the episode, let us know what you think, if you like this style better than going through every single matchup and pretty much every player. But also throughout the episode, feel free to drop questions in the chat. We will answer them. But let's bring back a classic, cap or no cap. Haven't done it since the off season. So let's bring it back. Starting with after last week, Lamar Jackson should now be considered a top 5 quarterback every single week. Cap or no cap?
No cap. Easy.
That boy on a mission.
Uh-huh.
I'm with that too. Definitely got to go no cap there. I got him top 5 this week, and I think Patriots defense typically plays pretty well against him, but still, you got to ride it. Lamar Jackson's hot.
Look at the MVP Lamar right now.
Yeah. Even without Hollywood, lock him in. All right. Next one here. Despite his performance last week, Tua should be left on the bench this week with a tough matchup against the Bills. Cap or no cap?
No cap.
We saw what he did week 1 against an okay Patriots defense. It was not too great. I think he had like 200 yards and a touchdown. So the Bills defense is smothering, and I'll probably get into them later when we talk about some other things, but I don't think this is a good matchup for him.
Yeah, I'm going no cap as well. I would definitely leave Tua on the bench, depending on my quarterback options, of course. Like if you had Tua and Trey Lance, and now you're stuck picking up some guy off the street,
Well, how about
Wentz is already gone, then I'd be a little nervous.
Tua
But
or Brady?
Brady, but it's close.
Well, yeah, had to pick a close one.
I had Brady over him this week, but yeah, Tua. If you have better options, I would look elsewhere, personally.
I want to hear what T-God say cap.
What?
The cap.
What about it?
Cap to benching Tua.
No, I didn't.
Swear you said cap.
You def said cap.
You
did.
didn't hear no.
Maybe we didn't hear no.
Didn't hear
No, we are
at
just
all.
cap.
I'm not starting 2 against the Bills. Stop.
All right,
I had to make sure.
just checking. All right, next one. Saquon Barkley should now be considered a top 5 running back every single week, including this week against the Cowboys. Cap or no cap?
I
This
have
is
him
tough.
at 6, so technically no cap or
I have
cap.
him at 5, but I'm still gonna say cap because I'm sure there's weeks where he'll have a bad matchup just like Tua, and I'm not gonna want to put him top 5.
Yeah, I got
That's
him at
fair.
4. I gotta say cap, but he has been really good. Obviously, week 1 is carrying him, but he is, I think, top 3 on the season through 2 weeks. So you gotta like that. Last week a little bit down, of course, as expected, but Saquon looks good. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
cap for top 5, but definitely top 10. Definitely should be
Yeah.
locked in.
The top
Shut
10 drafted running backs last week were pretty mid, very mid.
Definitely mid. Looks like we got a question here in the chat. Said he got a
Fire.
trade offer where he gives Kamara and he gets Brees Hall and CEH. His running backs are Saquon, Kenneth Walker, and Kamara are his only 3 running backs.
I would probably hold, but that's close though.
It is close.
It is close because Kamara's been like
Yeah.
a little bugs this year, but I think I might hold.
There's a lot of upside with the other side though, because Brees could end up being the starter, and CEH, who knows if he keeps it up, but
Yeah.
he could.
It's very early to be able to like say this for sure one way or the other. Brees Hall obviously is looking good. He's getting more volume. And I think he has the upside to be in that top 15 running backs. CEH also has looked good, although I don't know if I'm fully trusting it yet. But Kamara still seems like the safest bet for a good running back. And I think he'll be fine moving forward. So I'd lean Kamara. I'd lean keeping Kamara, rock with him and Saquon. But it is a little juicy.
Yeah.
If your gut's telling you to do it, I wouldn't be mad at you for it. All right. Next one here for cap or no cap. Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon are both top 15 plays this week, despite the matchup against Tampa Bay.
I have them. No.
I gotta say cat
Yeah.
because I have AJ Dillon at 18. Definitely not the most ideal matchup, but I could easily see them both finishing top 15 just based off the volume that each of them are going to get. AJ Dillon more so in the run game, Aaron Jones catching the ball. But last week, Aaron Jones did take over, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that'd be
I'm with that. I say no cap,
Shake.
though. I still have Dillon at 15. I have Aaron Jones at 10. I think Aaron Jones has more upside here. I think he's going to be used more as the passing game here, but Dillon's also quietly been getting a couple targets here and there, too. So I think both of them will be just fine to start this week. I like them.
Bucks haven't given a touchdown up this season yet, or maybe one last week. They're stingy.
It was like 10 points they gave up last week. Was that an offensive touchdown or like a defensive touchdown? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, defense definitely has been good for sure. Next one here. Despite Austin Eckler struggles to move the ball as a runner, he is still top 5 this week because of his pass catching upside.
No,
No
cap.
cap.
juicy matchup.
No cap.
Got to be no cap here. Austin Eckler is playing the Jags. He's got to snap.
I mean, you could have said that about Jonathan Taylor, too.
Yeah.
I know. But the Colts
Colts
are
are
scaring me a
dumpster
little bit.
fire.
I put Jonathan Taylor at 5, and I had him at 1 the first 2 weeks. So that's a big drop. It's a big drop. A little nervous.
Five's a little crazy.
Yeah, it is. I still have JT at 1. He's JT. But
Is it crazy, though?
Five?
Colts
Cra-
stink.
They stink.
how many
stink
attempts did
bad.
he even have last week?
Not enough. That's what I'm saying. He needs the volume. He's not getting any when they're bad. And they're going to get shit on this week. They
He had
can't run
only
the ball.
9 carries last week.
Damn.
Compared to week 1, he had 31.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Week 1 was a competitive game. Jacksonville was not. I don't think this is going to be competitive. That's the only thing that makes me scared. You're obviously starting, but
Man, maybe if they kept Wentz.
If only.
Matt
Honestly,
Ryan's a fucking.
they might have should
fossil.
have kept Wentz,
Wentz
at
is
this point.
slinging it.
Look at him.
Matt Ryan
Good for him.
booty.
Good for him.
All right, next one here. Amon-Ra St. Brown should be considered a wide receiver 1 on a weekly basis moving forward. Cap or no cap?
No cap. Are you kidding me?
Cap. Numbers don't lie.
Numbers do
I
not
can't
lie. They
even
never
try to
have.
fight it.
The only
Yeah.
argument you could say is the Jameson Williams thing, but
It's
That's not. It doesn't even matter.
He's not gonna come back and immediately just eat alive.
I mean,
his
Jared Goff's
target
still their
share.
quarterback. And though he has looked good, I don't know how consistent he can be. So that'll be the only downside. It's
Bro,
only been 2
like
weeks.
9 straight weeks
All right.
since last season.
With Jared Goff, I'm saying no cap as well. I have him at 12 this week, so he's right on the cusp. But I think as we continue throughout the season, he's going to continue to eat. We were scared of the volume he was going to see, but I think he has 24
getting
targets
fed.
through 2 games. So he's getting fed. He's locked in.
Fantasy Pros has him at 6.
Holy
Jesus.
heck.
I got him at 12. What do you guys have him at?
I think I have him at 8.
Yeah, I have him at 8.
Wow.
Yeah, 8.
Maybe I'm asleep at 12.
Still sleep. Wake up.
Guess I got to wake up.
He woke me up last week.
He was banging on your door.
He was.
All right, next one here. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill are both top 12 plays every single week, cap or no cap.
No cap.
No cap.
Most.
I don't-
I'm going cap.
Saying every week is tough.
Yes.
Every week, I don't think I'm going to be putting them both top 12. This week, yes. But
This week's a tough
they're
matchup too.
for sure. If you have both of them, you're starting both. Both are. They somehow feed off of each other.
All right, well, if you're saying both, then like we got to go back to the second question with leaving Tua on the bench or not. Because they can't both be top 12 and Tua, and you want to sit Tua.
I'm sitting to it.
I'm saying cap. I don't think they're both going to be top 12. No.
I'm saying that as well. I'm with that. Next one here. All three Commanders wide receivers are at a minimum top 30 plays at this point. Cap or no cap?
That's tough.
I
Cap.
don't have Jahan in my top 30.
Yeah, Hondon's right there. Not quite over that hump yet. But I do have Terry and Curtis Samuel.
Wentz
top
is still
25.
Wentz. We've only seen 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I like the Wentz bad game is incoming. I wouldn't be shocked if it's against the Eagles this week.
Most likely will be.
I think I have Samuel and Dotson outside my top 30, but they're both right inside my top 36. So like both of them are very solid flex plays right now. And Curtis Samuel's a little bit better for me. So
Hating on my boy.
I like him. Still, he's playing well. Terry's actually the one that's getting a little bit short fed here, but
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
see
starting
how
to think that
goes.
Terry should be, Jahan should be where Terry is ranked just based off the 2 weeks. I can't believe I made that bet with Lil Kev that Terry would finish above him. I mean, anyone would have taken that, but looks like even Curtis Samuel is more involved than Terry.
Yeah, I mean,
Curtis Samuel's that boy.
Curtis Samuel is. It seems like he's been like the number one. I mean, Terry's still out targeting Dotson, but Curtis Samuel is 20 targets through 2 weeks. Like Wentz has been feeding him. So
Yeah.
Keep feeding him.
we'll see how this continues to shake out. Definitely something to keep an eye on. Quick question in the chat. This guy traded Cup for Jonathan Taylor and Chris Godwin, it looks like.
It's a good trade.
I would do that easily. I like that. I think Godwin comes back, will still be at least
Top
a wide receiver
15.
too. And Jonathan Taylor's obviously 1-1 this year. so
Jonathan Taylor started slow last year.
Yeah.
So
definitely
Yeah, he
something to keep
did.
an eye on.
I shift his ass right off.
him and Aaron Jones seem to have the same start of the season because Aaron Jones was hot week 2 last year and kind of sizzled. So could be a repeat.
Definitely. All right. Last cap or no cap before we get into some more rankings talk specifically. You should bench Kyle Pitts this week and moving forward until we see him more involved. Cap or no cap?
I feel
No
like
cap.
You just
Yeah, you
do
can't.
that.
You can though.
Who are
You can,
starting
and I
over?
would. Bro, I'd start
Who's-
Higbee over him.
Well, Higbee, I agree with that, but let's see.
Higbee, I don't know if I would do that.
I would.
Who's
100%.
starting
I would.
Higbee over him?
I was
What
thinking
about, like,
I would start
Dawson
Gerald
Knox?
Everett over him this week.
that what's the difference between Gerald Everett and Higbee? What's the difference between
Gerald
Higbee
Everett
and
against the
TJ
Jags.
Hawkinson outside of Hawkinson scoring less points? Higbee is better than TJ Hawkinson this year.
I just don't know if I can see Higbee keeping it up. I think Allen Robinson gets more of that volume as the season goes on, but I could be wrong.
I'm probably still
I have
putting
both
Pitts
of
in
them
there,
as
so.
tight end ones. I have Pitts at 9 this week. That's if that doesn't tell you anything.
I Pitts at 6.
That's very generous. That's super, super generous.
6 is generous, yeah. Like the upside's there, but he's not getting the targets. So like I can't trust it until I see it. So I put him at 9. That's why I said I would start Everett over him. I put Everett at 8. I got more faith in Gerald freaking Everett right now. It's bad.
Even with Donald Parham coming back,
Pitts poops this
don't
week.
trust Everett.
I'm ranking him 20.
Yeah. Before we get into some more rankings, quick question from Lil Kev.
What's up,
J Rob or ETN?
J-Rob.
J Rob
J-Rob, J-Rob, J-Rob.
for sure.
Mm.
With that boy, he is not one of them.
And another question, real quick. Someone said they traded Elijah Moore for Kyle Pitts. Is that a win?
Yes.
As bad as Pitts has been, I'm
So
saying it's
wild.
still a
No,
win.
that's
It's a wash.
Definitely a win. Like Elijah Moore, you're not losing much with that. So I'd be happy about getting Pitts in that trade for sure.
yeah.
I wouldn't start
just
him right
wanna
away
see it
though.
happen.
I'm just
Yeah, I'm, a
I'm
little
just saying.
nervous, but I still think he's going to be fine. Like I'm a believer in the talent. The talent has to take over at some point. They have to get him targets.
I agree, but I'm just saying like right now, like I
Yeah.
would not be comfortable starting him.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I wouldn't be mad if anyone starting another tight end over Pitts this week, just out of fear. All right, let's get into some important guys to rank this week. Go through a few for each position here before we get into our starts and sits. So Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are playing against each other this week, are either startable against each other this week.
Tom Brady, yes.
Yeah, if you're starting one, it's Brady because Aaron Rodgers has no wide receivers. Fuck Christian Watson once again.
Yeah, that dude is dog shit.
I think both of them are low, like the bottom of the barrel QB ones this week, like the very end of the bench.
I wouldn't want to start either of them.
I'm starting.
I wouldn't want to. Like, I'm definitely not preferring it, but I still put both of them over Wentz and Goff this week.
What?
No,
Wentz is playing the Birds, bro. Like,
But
the
garbage
Eagles
time.
defense has been good. Garbage time, garbage time. Kirk Cousins had 0 garbage time the last 2 nights ago.
I'm starting Mariota
Kirk
over
in prime
Rodgers. Yeah, it was Kirk in prime time. But I'll start Mariota over Rodgers, not
Oh
Brady,
my
though.
God, Mariota over Rodgers.
I'm starting Jared Goff over Tom Brady in one of my leagues.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I have Goff at 15, Brady at 13. Like, I'm not going to look at you crazy, but I'm just believing in the
Who's
old man.
Brady throwing to this week?
Same with
Julio.
Rodgers, but they're both going to have to throw. Someone's throwing the ball.
And
Someone's
Heavy
gotta
Nuts because he's now on the team.
Scotty Miller,
it's
too.
scoop up.
Also,
So
I
easy.
scratch the Scotty Miller take because he actually hates Scotty Miller.
Yeah, we'll see. I think they're both low end QB ones at best. If you have another option, I wouldn't be mad at you for doing it. If you have Tua and one of these guys, are you starting Tua over them, even against the Bills?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll start
Over
Tua over
Rodgers.
Rodgers. Yeah.
I have Tua under both still for me as well. So too risky. I'm just gonna go with the safe old
Too
man
whis-
and pray
too,
that they get to
whiskey.
like 20. Couple more questions in the chat. Lil Kev here. If George Kittle plays this week, him or Everett, Kittle's playing, you're starting Kittle.
Yeah.
Especially with Jimmy G back.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta start him. All right. Let's keep going here. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is running back 5 on the season. Has he cracked your top 15 running backs this week, or is he still not trustworthy enough?
Still outside of top 20.
I
got him
him
at 20.
22.
But he has looked good. I gotta
Yeah.
give him that.
Can't deny.
Can't deny it at all. He has looked pretty decent. So
He's
if you
been
have Clyde
involved.
Edwards-Helaire,
You're
throw
rolling
him in that
with
RB2 slot.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling pretty good about it. Can't complain. Next question. Darrell Henderson, Cam Akers. This is going to be one that might be on this a lot. How did you rank these two this week? And are you comfortable even starting either one?
Probably not comfortable starting either, but if I had to, it'd probably still be Daryl.
For sure. I
I
have
agree.
Darrell 26. I have Cam Akers 35.
Same.
27, 34 for me.
Oh,
So
Yeah, Fantasy
Close.
Pro says the same thing.
yeah, we're all pretty close there. Henderson a little bit above Akers, but flex plays at best. Maybe low end RB2 if you're desperate, but
Would you start Tony Pollard over both of them?
Yeah.
I have Pollard at 28, Henderson at 27, but maybe I would put Pollard over him. I wouldn't be mad about it. Dave asked in the chat a lot of guys,
My God.
a couple that we just spoke about here. So
The date episode.
Zeke, Pollard, Michael Carter, Jeff Wilson, Chris Olave,
pick
one to start.
Pollard.
I'm going one of the Cowboys running backs. I still have
Yeah.
Zeke over Pollard for this
Oh,
week.
I forgot. I heard Zeke. Yeah, I'd go Zeke.
I'd have to go Zeke.
I'm going Zeke one more week. If Pollard outperforms him again, I would not be mad about it. I mean, I would obviously be mad about it, but against the Giants, I think Zeke has to play well. I don't
That
know.
division game. It's,
I mean, Derrick Henry was stinky against them.
Well, he got 80 yards. I'm hoping Zeke can fall face first into the end zone finally.
It'd probably be Pollard.
So I'm going Zeke, but I don't feel great about it.
Dave, if you're looking for someone to tell you Pollard, I can be him.
T Gods is your guy. All right, let's keep rolling. Next one, is Derrick Henry still a top 5 play for you this week?
Not this
No,
week.
I have him at
9.
9.
I got him at 9 too.
No, I don't. I have him at 11.
Oh
Jesus.
my god.
Still respectable, I guess.
Yeah.
Very one-dimensional. These defenses know that it's going to him because their quarterback's below. And they're just throwing. I don't know why they're tossing it to him on the outside. He just gets stopped 5 yards back.
Bro,
every
that was
time.
making me so mad during the game. I
Yeah,
don't
literally
get it.
Just run it down the gut, dude.
He did get a couple receptions though, so maybe they're trying to expand his role, but
Doubtful.
I don't know.
It's not working.
On the
Still,
wrong
maybe
side of
just
27.
still must start. Still later in the season, he will probably be better once it's colder and guys don't want to tackle this freight train coming at them. He typically gets better as the season goes on, as long as he's healthy. But for now, he's still an RB1, but he's falling down my ranks rapidly. Next one here. Oh, we already talked about it a little bit. Zeke versus Pollard. I put Zeke a little bit ahead of Pollard, 22 and 28.
Yeah.
I know you guys were
Might be the
saying
last
Pollard
week.
over Zeke.
No,
You
it's still
guys?
Zeke over Pollard. Oh, for me, but it could be one more week until Pollard's over Zeke.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm giving
it's-
Zeke one more week.
It's like annoying because like you have to rank Zeke over Pollard, but like when it
He's a
comes down
starter.
to it, like you'd rather
Yeah,
like I think I'd rather start Pollard.
I probably would too.
Yeah. I agree
Headache
with
of the
that.
backfield.
All right, let's move on to some wide receivers. Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, Corey Davis. The Jets passing game has proved to somehow be effective. How did you rank these three for this matchup with the Bengals?
Jesus, I gotta find 3 bulls.
Garrett Wilson, 29.
Garrett 31.
Does it really matter who else? Because
Elijah Moore 32.
I have Elijah Moore at 42. And
He
I
should be
did
even
not-
lower. He stinks.
I didn't.
Corey
I didn't
Davis,
rank Corey Davis.
54.
Yeah. I got Garrett Wilson 36, Elijah Moore 40, and then Corey Davis 56. Corey Davis has been productive, but I'm still not trusting it. We've seen this dance too many times. Corey Davis is not consistent, and I can't trust him in my lineup. But Elijah Moore, more of a risky flex play. Garrett Wilson, the upside is definitely there this week. I would not be mad at you flexing him.
Please, Joe Flacco, take the job for the rest of the season.
They were saying Zach Wilson may be good to
I
go
know.
for week 4. So
I still
one
think
more week of Flacco.
I think Garrett Wilson will find some success with Wilson.
I hope
Elijah
Zach
Moore
Wilson
did
is
last year.
decent. So we'll see. We'll definitely see about that one. Next one here. We already talked about the Commanders wide receivers a bit, but Terry McLaurin, we talked about him struggling. Has he been falling in your ranks, or is he still kind of in that same mid wide receiver 2 spot?
Mid wide receiver 2. I am at 21. He's
Yeah.
inching towards the back end.
Yes,
Curtis
he
Samuel's
is.
right on his tail at 26.
Oh yeah.
And then Jahan is 39.
I put Terry at 25. It's fallen a bit for me. Very high in flex, but I'm getting a little nervous with all the mouths to feed here. And a bad Wentz game could make it even uglier. And we've seen Terry being consistent in the past, but it's been consistent through the first 2 weeks. Put up mid numbers, hoping to see a little bit more explosiveness sooner rather than later. Christian Kirk continues to impress. Has he cracked your top 20 ranks this week? Maybe even top 15?
I have him at
16.
17.
Fantasy
Close.
Pros has him at 12.
Oh my god.
Oh my word. I have him at
What the
18.
hell?
So maybe not as confident, but we've all pushed him above Terry McLaurin, which is already saying a lot.
Definitely
also-
wide receiver 2.
He's safely in the wide receiver 2 range right now until proven otherwise. The targets, the end zone targets, he's looked very good. Michael Thomas, is he back inside your wide receiver 1 tier yet, or do you still want to see more from him?
One more. He's at 15.
Yeah, I'm at 15.
Got him at 17. So
It's looking good.
He has. Yep. Got
He's
3
climbing.
touchdowns on the year. He's just getting fed in the red zone.
he has looked good. It's
How'd
good to see
Jar
him
do
back on the
last
field.
week?
Jarv was mid at best. I think he had like 6
Jarv.
points.
What else is new?
God. He used
Yeah.
all his targets in one game.
He did. He got 9 targets. He only had 5 last week. 4 catches for 25 yards. Typical Jarv stat line. Olave was hogging the entire targets share for this team. He had
As he
13
should.
targets, but only caught 5 passes.
Oh,
So
never mind.
someone to keep an eye on, Chris Olave, but Michael Thomas, clear cut number 1 on this offense.
Yep.
Last question here before we get into some starts and sits. If Dalton Schultz plays this week, is he someone you're comfortable starting, or are you looking at the waiver wire at this point?
Is he playing? Or like, is he
If he
even like?
plays.
Is it
He's, like,
possible of him
doubtful.
playing?
I think he's
It's
doubtful.
very unlikely.
Might be questionable. They're still looking into it pretty much, but
As a Dalton Schultz owner, I scooped Irv Smith. I'm starting him this week.
I like that.
Me too.
Irv Smith, the guy who dropped the wide open touchdown.
The guy who also caught a touchdown in the same game,
Yeah, but what do you do besides that?
like 5 catches.
He should not be wearing Randy Moss's number and dropping a wide open ball like that.
If he caught that, it would have been even better, but can't give him a touchdown. He still had 14.6 points. The snap share's going up. This looks good. He looked good, aside from the drop.
Fine.
If you caught that, we would have been going Irv Smith crazy this week. So
No, you would have.
everyone would have. He would have had 2 touchdowns, 100 yards. It would have been nuts. Quick question here in the chat. Thoughts on Tommy Tremble? I have him as tight end number 64.
I love
Um,
me some Tommy Tremble.
I
Yeah.
did look at him because I feel like I saw him a lot last week, but I don't think I'd ever start Tommy Trimble
No.
when DJ Moore is not even getting the ball.
Yeah. And Gator, you're gonna have to
He
go
just wants
back
to
and
hear about
watch.
Michael Thomas. He
We just talked about
wants to hear us say it again.
You can just rewatch.
We have him right around wide receiver 2, bud.
No, don't even
He
tell him.
definitely
Don't
heard
even
us
tell him.
just
He,
say
he
that.
just wanted to hear you talk about his player again, man.
Yep. All right. Let's get into today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest way to play fantasy football, and you can get started now with their Thursday night knockout. This includes Thursday night football and Sunday night football and has $150,000 in prizes,
Sheesh.
including $30,000 to first, and it only costs $5 to play. If you're not into the football drafts, they also have basketball, hockey, baseball, whatever, you name it. When you sign up, just use our promo code SUPERFB and you'll get a deposit match 100% up to $100. So if you deposit $100, you get another 100 match free. You only have to deposit $10 to get the match, so you could have $20 to play with. Again, use our promo code SUPERFB, SUPERFB, and you can play on the Underdog Fantasy app for iOS and Android, or sign up online at underdogfantasy.com.
You have better odds of hitting one of these little pools than one of your parlays. So
Definitely
consider that.
facts.
Just ask Sean.
You're not wrong. Don't talk to me about parlays. Funky Kongs, we will 100% remember your name if Tommy Tremble scores a touchdown this week. That's juicy information.
We're all gonna scream Funky Kong when he scores.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo.
Would y'all rather trade Judy or Cooks, trade away, or trade for?
Trade away Judy.
Yeah, you want Cooks.
I'd rather keep Cooks. I think he's safer, but Judy has looked pretty decent when he has been on the field. So I was a Judy hater, but I'm starting to be a Judy believer. I want to see more of him though.
Mm.
And he needs to
You've
stay
been
And
talking
healthy.
to
healthy,
KR
yeah.
too much.
Yeah. That
Whatever.
means yes.
Not really, actually. All right, let's do our starts and sits. We're each going to give one guy that is an absolute must start, in our opinion, this week, and a must sit. Matt, start us off. What do we got?
Let's go. Am I doing both, or are we all going start and then I'll go and sit?
Just do both.
Yeah,
I think do both.
Bang
Start
out.
Booby Sanders, baby.
Yeah.
Finally getting fed. I love it. In 3 career games against the Commanders, he's averaging 18.5 fantasy points. Chase Young is still not back. Eagles have one of the top offensive line units in the league. Booby's been getting the work. I believe he had like 17 carries last week for 80 yards. You love to see that. As long as he keeps getting that volume, he should be productive. We just saw James Robinson give the Commanders the work in week 1. Swift did it last week. So, I mean, this isn't a run defense that you're afraid of. And with the Eagles O-line, I see Booby having a great day. Should definitely find the end zone at some point.
That's the one scary thing is the end zone, but like he's getting the yards because
He-
the only reason the end zone thing is only because Hurts running the ball too. But like his over under this week is 80 yards, and I feel like that's like a lock over.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
And then-
should be good.
Sit, I'm going opposite side of the ball. Antonio Gibson. Last week, the Eagles were up big, and they absolutely shut down Dalvin Cook. He had 17 yards on the ground, 6 carries, 4 catches, 19 yards, 7.6 fantasy points. So, I mean, that's a top 5, the top 10 running back in the league, only getting 7 points. It's not looking great for Antonio Gibson. And in his career against the Eagles, he's only broke over 10 points once. It was 18.5. All the rest under 10. So,
Are you kicking
Eagles-
something under your desk?
am I?
Easily were.
I was shaking my leg.
God.
Why is it
I
shaking?
think it's his headphone wire hitting his shirt.
Oh, my fault. But yeah, sit Antonio Gibson this week.
I like it.
I agree.
I'm with that. I'm with that for sure. Smells like an Antonio
Yeah.
Gibson fumble week.
The fact that they did that
Love
to
it.
Dalvin Cook, you don't feel confident starting Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe more of a scrumptious week. JD McKissick.
Mm.
Meant to mention that.
All right, Q. Start, sit. Who you got?
All right, so my start, 99% of a lock. I'm gonna go James Conner if he's a full go, of course. Last year, the 2 games he played against the Rams, he scored 2 touchdowns in each of them. His rushing per attempt is a little measly, 3 yards per carry, but he does have 7 catches in 1.5 games, so he's going to be used in the passing game. Eno Benjamin and Damian Williams, they didn't look too impressive when they were splitting the ball 50-50, so they're not going to be much of a factor if Connor's a full go, and they are as well. And Kyler won't be scrambling for 80 yards in one play around the goal line trying to tie the game up, which they said he did. He ran like 80 yards in the one play. He kept going in the circle. That was pretty crazy. My sit is Tua. You probably could have guessed. His numbers weren't great week 1. Like I said, against the Patriots, he only had 1 touchdown, 200 yards. Bills are obviously much better. They haven't allowed a quarterback to score 10 points through 2 weeks. And that's only worth noting because Matt Stafford is above Tua, and he only had 9 points, 9.8, so close to 10. But this was probably a very everyone was adding him this week, thinking about the 6 touchdown game, but I think it's a trap. So I would sit Tua. Definitely a couple better options out there.
I like it. I like it a lot. T-Gods, start, sit. Who we got?
So my start, James Robinson. I know he's playing the Chargers, but
Eat up.
I don't care. Like this, he's too good. He's got 3 touchdowns through the first 2 games. Week 1, he was only in for just under 50% of the snaps. Last week, he was in for 63. So he's in more. He's getting the ball more. He had 23 rushes last week. Yes, they were up like all game, but like, I don't care. I don't get. J-Rob is the truth. It's his job. Matt, it's too late to jump back on the train. We left without you. But yeah, I don't know. J-Rob, I'm a J-Rob guy. I'm starting J-Rob in my flex. I have 3 running backs starting. That's disgusting. I hate that. But I'm doing it anyway because J-Rob is good. And I'm sitting Tom Brady. Who's he throwing to?
Dead
Julio.
Russell Gage. The corpse of Julio Jones.
Right. No
Scotty
one.
Miller.
Like, I'm
Mike
I'm
Evans
staying-
in jail.
dude.
Chris Godwin on the sidelines.
If Mike Evans was playing, it'd be different. But he's not playing, so I'm not playing Brady. Like I said, I'm starting Jared Goff in one of my leagues. Like Brady's looked bad with his receivers. Like now he doesn't have them. Like there's no reason for me to believe that Tom Brady's going to do anything more than like 10 points this week. He's been bad.
Right.
I respect it. Respect it a lot. All right. Start, sit for me. Start DJ Moore. Bias aside. Got some numbers for this one. Since 2018, DJ Moore has averaged 19.9 fantasy points in 5 games against the Saints. Should be a competitive divisional matchup, and I'm locking DJ Moore in as a wide receiver 2 this week. I know he hasn't been that great, but he's got to bounce back this week. Sit Darnell Mooney. If you are holding out hope for Darnell Mooney, welcome to the club. I am a big believer in Darnell Mooney's talent. We've seen him be a top 25 wide receiver just last year with inconsistent quarterback play. However, this new coaching staff has pretty much avoided throwing the ball. And until we see them attempt more passes, you've got to leave Mooney on the bench.
Stinks.
I'm starting James Robinson over Mooney.
Good.
I like that.
It's a great choice.
Mooney, unless
think
you're in like a deeper league, I'm sitting him.
T-Gods, you would have beat me last
I
week.
would have beat you if I was so close to just
You had him
starting
in
it.
there.
I know I did, and I took him out. I believed in Mooney. Now I hate him.
All right, let's do our picks for every single NFL game real quick, run through them, And then if you guys have any more questions, definitely feel free to drop them in the chat, lineup questions, trade questions, whatever you're feeling. And then we'll do a little bit of trivia with Q and get out of here. So
Last
Thursday
week,
night.
hold on. Last week, we had 7 games as a sweep, and we lost it. 7
Wow.
games.
7.
7.
That's outrageous. Yeah. The if you put those games in a parlay and you faded us, you would have been a genius.
I
But-
don't want to be the fade god.
We're not going to be fade gods this week. We're on point. We'll see who's the best. Do you guys, do we have standings or no?
We do. Matt is in the lead with 9. Sean, you have 8. Me and Q have 7.
Last week?
Last week, I didn't do the week 1 because
Oh.
me and Q didn't. Well, I at least didn't do my picks. I don't.
You just take my picks from Picks League, but I'll
No,
get
because I didn't have mine anyway. So
Well,
we're
add
starting
them
at
up.
week 2.
We'll add them in.
Well, what do I
And
get? I
then
get credit for
you
none.
You get the middle.
I'd
Alright.
be in the
Rose
lead
second.
The median.
Alright.
if you put
Alright.
week 1 picks in.
All right.
Yeah. Q was good week 1, so don't want to scam him out of his picks. All right. Thursday night football. Steelers at the Browns. Who we taking?
Browns.
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 Brownie the elf.
Dude, this one scares me.
Come on, Lonely Island.
Coop's back. They got 2 good running backs, and Mitch is garbage.
So bad, bro. They need to
Give
bring in
me
Kenny
the Steelers.
now.
Jesus.
Kenny
not
Pickett's
even
coming in the
confident
second
in
half,
that.
and he's snapping.
Who is?
Kenny Pickett.
No, he's not going to be. He's going to look like Pat Willis last Thursday or
Give me the
Monday.
Steelers. Screw it. I'm with them. When you think the Steelers are going to lose, they win. When you think they're going to win, they lose. So
I guess.
Well, you think they're going to win, so they're going to lose.
What do
No,
you think they're going to tie?
I think they're going to lose, but I'm going the opposite. They're going to win. All right. Ravens at the Patriots. Who we got?
Ravens.
They got to bounce back.
Yeah. Give me the
Yep.
Ravens as well. Clean sweep there. Patriots are not scary for them. Bills at the Dolphins. Gotta go
Bills.
Bills. Even
Bills.
after that Dolphins miraculous win, the Bills are just dominant right now. I'm picking the Bills until they lose. They're just so good. I don't care who
Still
they're
pick
playing.
them after they lose.
Probably
Yeah, I'm going to
will
pick them every
also.
single. As long as Josh Allen is playing, I'm picking them.
Yeah, they look great.
Until they play the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Go
Birds
Birds.
win. Bengals at the Jets.
Bengals.
Bengals. But they're pretenders, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets win.
I'm
It's
going
going to be a
Bengals.
bounce back.
It's Joe Flacco, man. He's not winning 2 games in a row.
Yeah,
Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals. But Jets could win, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked either. Bengals have been ugly, but there's so
looking
much
like the
firepower on
Bengals.
this team. They have to do something.
Looking like the Bengals.
Yes. Lions at the Vikings. Who we got?
Vikings bounce
Vikings.
back.
I'm
I'll
with
take the
that as
Lions.
well. Ooh, juicy. I thought about it for half a second, and then I said, "Nah, Vikings bouncing back."
Jay Jettas.
Yeah, give me the Vikings. Texans at the Bears. Who we got?
Texans.
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 Mills
Texans
Mafia.
Oh my god,
If your team's
No, I
thrown
feel like I
11
should take the
times,
Bears.
Trash.
but
yeah,
give
they're
me the
garbage.
Texans. Bears
Worst
are
team in the league.
dumpster fire franchise right now.
I mean, they're both pretty dumpster fire, but one's little almost put down.
Somehow the Texans
One
are
has
not
a
as bad.
franchise quarterback.
Somehow
Yep.
the Texans got a tie. So
One has
And it's
Pepe the
not
Frog.
Bears.
Chiefs at the Colts.
Chiefs.
Easy, clean sweep. Chiefs. You can't pick the Colts right
I
now.
think I picked the Colts last year when they played the Chiefs, and that wasn't like a crazy pick because they were actually
Carson Wentz was on the team.
it was close.
Raiders at the Titans.
Raiders.
Raiders.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Raiders as well, but this
And what-
game's going to be tough. This is going to be a close game.
Stop. Titans lost Taylor Lewan for possibly the season. Max Crosby's going to sack Tannehill 50 times possibly. And Devontae Adams is going to get the ball out because Renfro might be out.
Sell them even more. I'm sticking with the Raiders. Saints at the Panthers.
Saints.
It's Jones juicy. But give
This
me
one's tough.
Carolina.
What?
taking the
I was not
Saints.
expecting you to say that.
Wait, Q, who'd you take?
Saints.
I'm taking the Panthers. I'm
I'll
not
take
happy
the
about it.
Panthers.
Baker
But
blows
I
again.
picked the Panthers the first 2 weeks, and they've been screwing me over. But I'm sticking with them
I-
one more week.
Actually, you know what? I cannot be
Give me
on
the
an
Panthers.
island with Sean. I'm going Saints.
right.
Welcome.
This could be a big week for me. This could be
Sounds
a big
a
week because
blitz.
I'm on my island on a few of these games. So, all right, Eagles at the Commanders. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Eagles.
Clean sweep there for sure. Then we have the Jaguars at the Chargers.
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 Trevor
for
Lawrence has
sure.
never beat a team with a record over 500.
Wow,
He's 0-9.
Sucks.
good stat. Taking the Chargers also. Too easy.
Yes,
easy,
yes,
easy.
Chargers.
You good? You need to
Yep.
slow
Yeah,
down.
yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good.
He's cruising down there. All right. Falcons at the Seahawks.
Falcons are winning.
Falcons.
Falcons are winning.
They
I'm
are.
taking the Falcons too.
Drake London about to eat.
I'm so glad he's doing
At
good.
The Seahawks.
It is the
Seahawks beat
12th
the
man.
Broncos.
Who cares?
That's the Broncos.
It was an
bro.
emotional
There's
game for
much-
Russ.
It was emotional.
And he played like dog shit.
Yeah, it was emotional.
Take the
Yeah,
Seahawks, Matt.
I'm
Let's
going
ride.
Seahawks.
All right.
Take them. Take them.
Took Geno Smith over Mariota.
Yeah, I did. Call me crazy for taking Geno Smith over Marcus Mariota.
Bring in Desmond Ritter, please. Thanks.
Stop.
Mariota stinks.
Man,
but
he's
I'm
been
still taking
21
the
looking
Falcons.
like
He's kept him in both
48.
games.
Yeah, kept them losing.
Okay, nothing new.
Packers at the Bucks.
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 Give me the
Fournette's
Packers.
going
Green
dummy.
Bay, baby.
Give me the Packers.
Fournette's going dummy against the Packers.
Stop. AJ
Brady
Dillon and
over
Aaron Jones are
Rodgers.
feasting.
Stop. They won't even get a yard.
Honestly.
And he's
Dude,
not getting
what
a
do you-
yard. You ranked them both inside your top 18. That's a bad look.
I did not actually.
Fournette was higher than both.
Yeah, you did. You said AJ
That
Dillon
was-
at 18. And you
No,
have to
that
have
was-
Aaron
that
Jones
was
over
I
Matt.
said that.
All right. Well, then you said 17.
I have him at 21. Yeah.
Oh, God. Thought you said higher.
No.
All
You
right.
thought.
Still,
You thought.
Not a
still.
yard for
All
AJ
right, where do you have
Dillon.
Aaron Jones?
I have him at 15.
Still respectable. He's still going to get more than 1 yard.
We'll see.
I'll
Rams
take the
to
over.
Cardinals.
I'll take the over on one.
Yeah, please. Rams to the
Rams.
Cardinals. Who we got?
Rams.
Rams.
Super Bowl
Mad.
slump. Give me the Cardinals.
Stop. They just won last week. We're calling it a slump.
They just almost lost to Marcus Mariota.
I told you
Rams.
he's competitive. He's good.
They snuck out of that game. They're getting beat by the Cardinals in Arizona.
Cardinals suck, bro.
Cardinals blow. They got so lucky that Derek Carr blows a little bit more.
Raiders blow.
Go
Cardinals.
Rams.
The old
Winning that
fashioned
game.
suck and blow.
Kyler's
Cooper
cooking
what?
them.
Cooper Cup going for 250.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns.
Kyler's going to get smacked in the face again.
Nah,
He
whatever.
is.
Sunday Night Football. Niners at the Broncos. Who we got?
Niners.
Broncos in Denver.
Give me the Broncos.
I'll take the Niners.
Dude,
wait,
we're
wait.
we're split on a lot of these.
Who took the
Me-
Niners?
Me and Q took the Broncos. You two took the Niners.
Easy.
have
It's
a
gonna be a
name.
juicy week for picks.
Us two
Yeah.
have a name.
He took the Broncos. I mean, he took the Niners. Timothy.
Me. Timothy.
I am Timothy.
Monday Night Football NFC East matchup. Cowboys at the Giants. Last game. Who we got?
Giants.
Cowboys.
Give me the Cowboys also.
My good.
T guys.
Giants.
No. I'm
Cowboys.
taking the Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys.
Ah.
We knew that. It's like no.
I love the star.
Whoa, we have video.
Yo,
proof.
that's video proof. All right. Couple questions in the chat before we do trivia. Someone said, should they start Everett over Kittle? I would
Everett.
say no.
Everett.
I like Gerald Everett this week if Kittle is out again, but if Kittle is on the field, start George Kittle,
Yep.
please.
Please and thank you.
This guy said his league is in shambles. They're
Could be
doing
me.
roster mania, but nobody wants to
Who's
trade with
that?
him because he's 2-0 with 90 points over the second place team. So this
Yeah,
dude's
w-
team is snapping, but everyone else is trading and he can't join in on the fun. He has Josh Allen, Michael Thomas, Christian Kirk, DK Metcalf, Saquon, Jonathan Taylor, Higbee as his tight end. His flex is Amari Cooper. And he also has Goddard, Josh Jacobs, Zeke, Godwin, and
fuck?
Patterson on the bench.
Why
What
do you
moves
wanna
can I
trade?
do? I wouldn't want to trade anything. You are in first
If
place
it ain't
and
broke, don't
cruising.
fix it.
Trade Higbee for some insurance and start Goddard.
Yeah, ride it out. Yeah. You have a very solid team.
That's
You would not be
crazy.
panicking. Godwin will come back too. I wouldn't make any trades. Your team is rock solid. I don't know how many teams are in your league, but I would stay put.
Roster mania.
We need a roster mania.
All right. Let's do some trivia, Q. How many questions we got today?
We have 3 pretty basic questions, but nonetheless, let's see how good your memory is. Only a week ago. Who scored? Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Which running back scored more points week 2 PPR? Tony Pollard, Jeff Wilson. One of these running backs finished in the top 5 of running backs.
Layup. Just had to think for like half a second.
I assume you have answers.
Yeah.
It was Tony
Yup.
Easy.
Got
Anthony Pollard. Next
Yeah.
question.
Jeff
Similar.
Wilson was getting vultured by Kyle Juszczyk.
Is he going to be fantasy relevant one day?
No.
They need to put fullbacks. Everyone needs a fullback, so then fullback can be a fantasy position. But next question.
Leonard Weaver.
Probably use elite. Similar question. Which tight end scored more points at week 2? Ross Dwelly or Mike Gesicki?
Are you okay?
Never thought I'd say Ross Dwelly in a trivia question.
Me either. I know how much Gesicki scored. I have no idea how much Ross Dwelly scored.
Ross Dwelly was cooking.
Ross Dwelly did in gritty though, so that's a win.
The ugliest gritty of all time.
That was my gut.
Answers?
I'm good.
Yep.
Locked in.
It was Mike Gesicki. Barely.
Barely.
I
All
picked
right.
him because of that gritty. That shit was clean.
Dave said
That was like a
Dwelly.
jig.
Sorry, Dave.
Third question here. Which player has more rushing yards through 2 weeks? Boston Scott or Carson Wentz?
Ooh.
Any question.
And it's very close.
Oh my god. I have no idea. I have no idea how much. All right. Fuck it.
Can I go 3 for 3 for the first time ever?
Me too.
That's because I made them so
Okay, not first
basic.
time ever.
Next Monday, hardest questions ever.
Oh my god. Why?
I'm going back to 2012 week 3 recap for who finished RB1 in 2012 week 3. All right, do you have an
Arian
answer?
Foster.
It's probably one of them.
2012 week,
Are you looking it up right now?
It's like MJD.
because I had the thing up. It was Jamal Charles.
Is that what you said,
I
Matt?
said that.
All right, the answer is Carson Wentz by 7 yards.
Yes,
Fuck.
sir. Come on,
Come on, you
Matt.
had to think about who's
Gotta know the
asking the
cue
questions.
bias.
Wait, there's a quarterback who doesn't run that has more rushing yards than Russell Wilson. It's like Kirk or something.
Gross. Kirk's legs be moving occasionally. They be moving.
Yeah, he do be moving.
Dave said Wentz Q biased. Gator said biased Q, but didn't give an answer.
Forgot.
All right. I think that's it. I don't see any more questions in the chat. So that is it for the week 3 preview. We'll be back next week, of course, with our week 3 recap and week 4 preview on Wednesday. Please let us know what your thoughts were on this new weekly preview format. If you like the old version, we can obviously go back to it, but trying to switch it up a bit, keeping things moving. Make sure you are following us here on Twitch if you are watching. Throw us a sub on YouTube as well in case you do miss any of the streams. Gator, go back and watch this when we put it on YouTube so you can see what we said about Michael Thomas because you're dying to
He said
hear.
he sucks.
We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast for the audio version. Go find it. Underdog Fantasy. Don't forget promo code SuperFB. It's in our bio. It's everywhere. Check it out. Also, all social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Just search Super Fantasy Bros and you will find us. That's a wrap. See you guys next week. Good luck in week 3.
Thank you.
Peace.